feel better informed as to what's going on in the community?
Absolutely, and I also have realized that the Newport News Police Department is very responsive to any type of event that occurs in the neighborhood. I've noticed that in the Southeast community that the crime is down significantly. If my neighbors actually come to me, and if there's anything that happens in the neighborhood, they're calling me to see what's going on, and I share information with them as well. Even the people who are very reluctant to get involved, they have me as a resource, which I'm very happy to be right there on my block. So everything is much quieter. Yeah, there have been problems in the Southeast community. But people in the community are very close-knit. They do talk to one another, and we just pull together and see what we can do.
Very nice. Now, Phil, if you would talk a little bit about the relationship or the partnership between the police and Neighborhood Watch groups and the Neighborhood Watch Coalition.
That probably puts it the best way. The interesting thing is we actually have in each of our 3 north, central, and south precincts community resource officers that actually work with our neighborhood watches that are immediately responsive. And they're kind of the first line of information with the police department, and they're all very good. The respective precinct commanders, I mean, I have Captain Shepard's cell phone right on my cell phone. You know, something we really need to get done, Captain Shepard says, call me. And that type of relationship, you just can't find it anyplace else. And if I could, I'd just like to tailgate on something that Mary said. It's great to have the police cruisers in the neighborhood, or the bicycle patrols and so forth. But that's when the burglars take a holiday, because they've got a good communication systems too, and they just seem to disappear. But when that cruiser leaves, without a neighborhood watch there, you don't have eyes on them. And they see the signs, they know that we have neighborhood watches, and I'm convinced that it makes a big difference.
So you believe that neighborhood watches are true deterrents?
Probably the best example, the answer is yes. The best example is the chief just before we came in the South Precinct, crime is down 22% this year. We've got some very active neighborhood watches in the South Precinct. And I know Mary up in the north does too.
Yeah. Now, Mary, prior to starting with Neighborhood Watch, did you have the interaction with police officers that you have now, or has that gotten better over the years?
No, I did not. No.
How has that changed?
It changed because I believe in what they do. Before, I did not. I would say, well, things are happening, and all the police is doing sitting at 7-Eleven drinking coffee. That has changed. That has changed tremendously. And once you get to know what a person does, it changed the way that you feel about your city leaders. And that's why I say is that if you have a chance, an opportunity, I should say, to get involved, not only with your police department, but with your Commonwealth Attorney's Office, any city official, get involved. And then you want the criticism that you had before will change.
Very nice. Yeah. Now, Phil, we have an event coming up, and it's called the National Night Out. Would you tell us a little bit about that?
First Tuesday in August, National Night Out. Actually, it starts with the National Town Association, but it's a celebration. Neighborhood watches aren't about all hard work. It's having fun also. And throughout the city, we'll have each of the respective neighborhood watches hosting some sort of function, whether it be an ice cream social or potluck dinner. Police officers from the neighborhood will come by, the chief, city officials, the mayor. It's a celebration. And again, it's letting the criminals know, hey, not on our turf.
Now, if I'm not a member of Neighborhood Watch and I'm a citizen who lives in the neighborhood, am I invited also?
Come.
Is there any cost to it?
No.
There isn't. It's Pure fun, free of charge.
Have a good time, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Because that's what truly matters.
Yeah.
We enjoy the ice cream, we enjoy the hamburgers,
Yeah.
but what matters is getting the folks together to
Yeah,
communicate. Very
absolutely.
good. Now, if I may, Mary, any ideas for what your group might be doing this year?
We hope it, well, my group, every year we tries to have either the K9 dogs, because we have to involve our youth.
Right.
And they love the K9 dogs. So most of the time the youth would say, will you bring them back next year?
Wow.
So
Big hit.
yes, yes. And we used to do hot dogs on the grill and just have a good time with the community.
Great.
And with everyone involved. I am a strong advocate of the youth. And I feel that we should keep them involved, keep
Very
them
good.
doing something. Let them know that they are part of Crime Watch as well as the adults.
Now, if I'm someone watching this show, and I'll throw it out to anyone, and I want to become part of a neighborhood watch, whom might I call?
Any resource officer in the precinct.
Any precinct?
Any
So
precinct.
could I go to any precinct and introduce myself and say, hey, listen, I would love to be part of Neighborhood
Absolutely.
Watch? And they'd welcome
Absolutely.
you with open arms.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Very good. Phil, let me ask you this question. When you look at the membership of the Neighborhood Watch groups and coalition, and I know they come from all precincts, what backgrounds do you have in as far as employment and such? Is it a variety? What is it? If you talk a little bit about that.
It represents the city.
It represents the city.
It's the neighborhood.
Right.
And the whole thing behind the Neighborhood Watch is neighbors getting to know neighbors, and it brings in new neighbors. We have a doctor, retired doctor, in our respective Neighborhood Watch, have the former head of Fort Eustis, or Fort Monroe, as part of the watch, and so it just varies completely.
Very good. Well, we're going to finish in a few minutes because we're running out of time, unfortunately, but I wanted to ask each of you this question. What in particular is there that you enjoy about being part of an organization like Neighborhood Watch? And I'll start with you, if I may, Mary.
I enjoy attending the monthly meeting, and the information that I get, I return it to my community. I enjoy keeping my community safe. That is my basic enjoyment, is to be able to walk out in my community. When the community see my car comes home, they know that certain things is not going to be tolerated in my neighborhood.
And that's very gratifying, I imagine.
It is. And it's not that you are a bully, but they know that, hey, this is a person that will keep our neighborhood safe.
Very nice.
So that's
Nikki.
the part I enjoy.
The reason why I joined was to make a difference in my community. With things that had happened prior to my joining, I felt that I just needed to do something. By joining the group and communicating with other people that have similar concerns, getting the information, sharing the information has made a big difference. Also, there's lots and lots of work to be done. We do need more people to join. We do need more younger people to join and get involved. And that's my mission, to try to see if we can get not only, I guess, people who are retired or middle-aged people, which we generally find with the group, is to embrace other people so that they can get involved and be concerned and take responsibility for what's happening in their community. And actually, the chief was mentioning quality of life. We want to maintain our quality of life and also improve it. So that's basically the main reason why I'm doing what I'm doing.
And I imagine it must be very fulfilling when you see positive changes occurring.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And knowing that you're part of that positive change also.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's going slowly, but there's still a lot of work to be done, and we still need more people to get involved and just take a stand, and that'll just make us much stronger.
Right.